Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to the Big Bad Broadcast Holiday Special. This series follows agents from the Big Bad Bureau, a multiverse-spanning organization tasked with monitoring any threat powerful enough to get the dreaded Double B classification. But today, two familiar faces will join forces with a lesser-known department in the Bureau, the Department of Festive Foes, which deals with the Double B class baddies tied to the holidays. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris. I'm going to be the GM this evening. And without further ado, let me introduce our players.
Hello, everyone. My name is Verity. I use she, her pronouns, and I am one of the people in the content team at Hit Point Press. And this evening, I will be playing Penrose Patterpaw, a Jabeen who has somehow stumbled into a line of work in the Big Bad Bureau in the Department of Festive Foes.
Next. Hey, everybody. My name is Data Dave. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Data Dave. My pronouns are he, him, and also today I'm going to be playing Traven. He is the Kalash Star Wizard. Basically loves using magics just to kind of see what happens. It sometimes works out, sometimes don't, but hey, it's for science. It's a fun fact.
Hey, hi, everybody. My name is Allie. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the marketing strategist here at Hit Point Press. And tonight I will be playing Gannett Scrock, whose pronouns are she, her as well. She is a Corvum wizard who is also employed by the Bureau in the Department of Festive Foes, along with Penrose.
I guess my turn. Hi, I'm Paladin, otherwise known as HTT Paladin. I make TTRPG books. Today I'm playing Kevius, who goes by he, him, who is a long-standing member of the Big Bad Bureau.
Okay, so before we get started, we have a few announcements from the director. While our holiday shipping deadline is now passed, there's still an opportunity to give some great gamer gifts. Visit hitpointpress.com for a library of awesome 5e books in PDF format, or treat the RPG fan in your life to a digital gift certificate. Don't forget to check our schedule below. I can't see below, but presumably it's there. Our next regular Big Bad broadcast episode is January 25th. See you there! If you missed any episodes or want to check out our other one-shots or art streams, don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Last but not least, I want your party to take on their own case for the Bureau. Subscribe at bigbads.com to get a monthly zine featuring unique 5e baddies. Yeah, follow the channel, like, subscribe, etc. I don't know if Twitch has a bell icon, but you know the deal. And yeah, let's all get ready to have some holiday fun. To set the scene, cue sort of like a moody, jazzy noir sax. 'Twas the night before solstice, and deep in the Bureau, Chief Wonder was pacing, his brow in a furrow. As the DFF's leader, it was his first day, but a recent development brought disarray. Up near the big board in the office that night, there appeared a strange and peculiar light, and what in front of his eyes should take form but an ornament, signaling a new big bad was born. "Calling all agents! This isn't a drill!" came the voice from the tiefling, unusually shrill. "Respond to my sending! Get over here quick! There's a new festive foe with a solstice-themed shtick!" And so that's basically the sending that Rose Patterpaw and Penrose Patterpaw, sorry, and Gannett Scrock will hear. Meanwhile, Traven and Kevius? Kevius, cool. Traven and Kevius will be receiving messengers in the form of tiny sprites who will hand you telegrams saying that you are to be summoned to the Department of Festive Foes in the Big Bad Bureau, one of the departments in this labyrinthine building that you've never quite been in before, but your presence is requested there urgently. So yeah, you guys are all loosely aware of the DFF. The chief, Wonder, is a male tiefling. He's got lilac skin, bright orange eyes, pair of sharp, straight horns, a thin spaded tail, and little cloven feet. And he's basically just kind of pacing nervously when you all make your way to the Department of Festive Foes office. Oh, thank goodness you're all here. Something absolutely terrible has happened. Is this really everybody?
I suppose so. I don't know. It's my first time here.
I like this area. Look, come on, design. I love it. It's very festive.
Oh, well, thank you. You guys will know as you go into the DFF that the office is sort of like a regular cube-shaped room with rows and rows of desks behind small cubicles, each of which is equipped with a crystal that projects this sort of magical hologram, sort of like a view screen. At the front of the room, there's a larger crystal affixed to a short pedestal upon a circular dais, and there's a bigger view screen that's kind of showing from that. On the wall above it, there are several meters and gauges, sort of clock-like, all noted with precise arcane runes on their faces. And below these, there's a peculiar set of items in ornate sconces. A painted egg, a jack-o'-lantern, a heart wreathed in lace, and a statuette of a colorful bird, among others. Gannett and Rose, Penrose. Dang it! I'm sorry. I'll get this. You guys basically have, like, you know of this place. Some of you may or may not have been here before. You're usually spending time in the archives, Penrose, if I recall. Mm-hmm. But you and Gannett will definitely both know that there's another ornament there that wasn't there before, and it's kind of this round, sort of festive-looking globe. Yeah, and so yeah, basically, Wonder is here, and after kind of looking behind you and just sort of like, I guess there's really nobody else coming. We should have known. The Department of Festive Foes usually runs on a pretty tight schedule, what with all of our baddies being linked to calendar holidays. Looks like everyone's taken the time off. They weren't expecting this. Well, Kevius, Travin, thank you so much for showing up on such short notice. We really appreciate the help from the other departments. Penrose, Gannett, always a pleasure. Good to see you finally made that field promotion.
We're gonna go into the field?
They didn't tell us that.
Oh, and this voice is just coming out from behind this like huge stack of scrolls and books that Penrose is carrying, and she just drops them with in her excitement, revealing a very small mouse person who is just kind of like quivering with excitement, like. Ooh, ooh.
Yes, it seems you've all gotten emergency commissions, which is a good thing. Of course, Travin and Kevius, your reputation precedes you. I've heard of you from Chief Scowler.
Good man indeed, for sure, you know. But what's the emergency around this time of year?
Like mint?
I'm sorry?
It does smell nice in here.
Mint?
Oh, the herbal tea I've been brewing to calm myself down. Flustered. So, let's get right to business. A new big bad has appeared, apparently. I heard this from the director. This is sort of my first day on the job. They all thought it would be a really nice time to do a transition because nothing could possibly go wrong, but yeah, it turns out that a toy maker for the Scarlet Sage of Solstice, you know him, right? Big wizard, dresses in red, gives presents to all the good boys and girls and NBs on Solstice Day. Well, it looks like his toy maker, a gnome by the name of Golly Thank Gemerus, flew the coop and blew up his workshop at the Polar Rim. The sage is dealing with that, but it seems that he is our newest big bad, and unfortunately, we can't have him running amok. Now, it looks like he's already distributed a wide array of his toys. These things are kind of dangerous. Dragons that breathe real fire. Huge teddies that hug a bit too tight and can get sullen and moody if they're not given enough love. And infantries with working muskets. I don't know what he was thinking, but in any case, it's up to us to find him and put a stop to all of this. Now, reports have been coming in from all over about adventurers having to deal with these toys. We can't have you going everywhere at once, but if you can find where Golly Thank is hiding in his portable lair, intelligence tells me that he's got some kind of a kill switch that will dispel the magic from all of the toys at once, thereby ending the chaos. That's only part one of your mission, however. What I would really also need you to do is deliver him this, and Wonder will pull out a sort of a little ring case that he'll open, and inside there will be a small gemstone that looks like a marble. And he'll take it out and say, "This is a Magosphene. It is a magical gemstone that seems to have appeared with that weird ornament on the wall. And I have been told by the director that it is directly connected to Golly Thank. If he touches it, it will meld itself with him, and then we'll be able to track him, no matter where he goes or what he does. And that's really all we need. Here at the Bureau, as I'm sure you're aware, we tend to advocate non-interference. That this happened now could have been prevented, or we could have set up something with adventurers to come and help out, but we can't have him acting like a loose cannon. Do you understand your mission?
Yes. I'm also trying to figure out if you are work off holidays. Different people have different holidays. That's a lot of holidays to track. That's a lot of potential people to keep track of.
Yes, we have all of the major holidays represented here, and a lot of the minor ones as well. Basically, if it's something that someone has a festivity on, and there's some kind of a horrific monster attached to it, we have it. How? Well, the director hasn't shared that information with me. These things, and he'll gesture to the series of symbols on the wall, just kind of show up. Yeah, apparently that's something I'm going to have to deal with from now on.
Gotcha.
You'll do great.
Oh, thank you. I always appreciate it. You were definitely doing great work in the archives, Penrose, so I'm sure you'll make short work of this.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, Gannett is just flustered and going through her folders, muttering to herself, This was not what I expected when I filled out my B98 case file adventure form. I don't know about this, but I suppose I've signed the form. There's nothing I can do. I guess this is happening. It'll be great. It'll be great, right? It'll be great.
Yeah.
Evie's just gonna elbow Trav and go, they signed the forms.
After we signed this, like, Traven is like, hey, this sounds fun. I wanted to get out. We were on the clock. Like, I could leave. I might see some snow for all I know. But this stuff over here, yeah, we need these for our offices. I want to get some holiday spirit, and I want the mint tea.
Oh, I can definitely pour you a cup.
Oh, great.
Me as well, please. I think I'll need it.
So Wonder will deliver you the Magosphene, which will be in sort of its protective little casing until you guys need it. You can decide among you who is going to carry the Magosphene. It just needs to be delivered to Gollythank in some form or another. And as Wonder is handing Travin the mint tea, I'll say, oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention. You see, Gollythank is a bit of a... he's a little paranoid. It seems that he's planned very well for this exit, and he's in a portable workshop right now. Now, the sage has told us that this portable workshop, he can compress it into a tiny cube that fits in your pocket and carry it basically anywhere he wants. But what's more alarming about it is that it seems to have some kind of a permanent non-detection effect on it, which kind of makes it a problem for our scrying division to really get a bead on exactly where he is. Thankfully, one of the last places to have been peppered with his toys seems to have been the town of Frostover, somewhere close to the southern pole. We have a contact there who should be able to help you. She's the proprietress of a small tavern called the Near Miss. Basically, if you can go and talk to her, her name is Maggie Hurlax. She should be able to give you a device that R&D thinks will be able to point you in the direction of Gollythank's hidden lair. Which we surmise can't be too far from Frostover. All you need to do is say you're here to collect the mail for Wonder, and she'll know what to do. So I guess, and unless you have any packing to do, I would suggest that you report to the teleportation annex. Which one is open now? I'd go to Teleportation Annex 5 and tell them it's an emergency. They'll understand.
Oh
thank
my.
you once again.
Oh my, indeed.
Sounds like fun to me. So Trayvon just picks up his pack. I'm ready when y'all are.
Yet it just kind of looks after Traven like, oh, I wish I could be as confident as him one day. Maybe one day.
Wait, Traven, if you haven't seen snow before, are you dressed warm enough?
You know, I might need an extra robe for this, and I'm sure we'll figure out some magic there.
Ooh, sure.
Hopefully.
Penrose just like reaches her little paw up to Gannett and kind of like is trying to pat her nicely on the shoulder, but there's no way she can reach. And is just don't worry, we're gonna be okay because these agents, they know what they're doing. They've been out there before. I've read the reports. We
So
get them on the
have I.
archive. No, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. They know what they're really cool. We're fine. It's gonna be okay.
Thank you, Penrose. I'm excited and also extremely terrified.
Oh no! Don't worry.
It's going to be great.
All right. So yeah, if you guys are Wonder will say that it is going to be pretty cold there, so recommending you guys put on extra layers of clothing. But what you guys choose to do is totally up to you. And yeah, you can basically let me know if you're doing anything to prepare in that sense, and then we can move on.
Kiwi's puts. Oh, you first.
I was about to say, Trayvon asked a question, Kiwi. So does your armor keep you warm? I'm curious.
Kevius pulls a leg warmer over the leg plates on his calves.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically it.
Good deal. All right, well, I'll take your advice. I'm gonna go find me maybe a Christmas sweater or something like that. Something festive. Just to be in the holiday spirits.
Like a sweater vest. Keep your chest very warm and your extremities mildly cold.
I'll try it out. So he goes to the bureau to just go find a couple.
Oh yeah, like the Department of Festive Foes has like an entire closet filled with ugly solstice sweaters that are perfect for for the occasion.
Penrose emerges from the closet with just like a little woolen hat with holes for ears, and kind of just hops out, and is just like a fully bundled up little like kind of bouncing creature made out of wool at this point. There's like at least as much wool as there is Jabin.
Yeah, again, it's similar in the sense that she just goes into the cupboard and kind of grabs her usual, which would be like a bit more. She tends to dress a little bureaucratic, so a nice pea coat with a scarf and earmuffs. Even though she doesn't really have external ears to speak of, they just look nice, and she's pretty much set to go.
Great. Well, you guys will then step into the teleportation pad and be whisked away to the interior of a small, cozy little building where someone who you'll all recognize as one of the bureau's guards will just kind of like look over at you, nod, put their fingers to their ear and just be like, okay, we're clear, before opening the door for you and letting you out into the streets of Frostover. The large hamlet of Frostover lies snow-covered and still in the darkness of the new moon, illuminated only by the yellow-orange glow of street lamps and small candles and windowsills. Yet, the light doesn't reach far, and it throws ominous shadows on the sides of the quaint wooden buildings and across the swept cobblestone streets. People here are going about their business, many of them dressed for the cold and many not. Though the streets are bustle with cheer and activity, you could swear there was something moving about in the alleyways. It could be the trick of the flickering shadows. Yeah, so that's the introduction here. You guys are on the streets, the cobblestone streets of Frosthaven right now. And nobody has really given you a map of where to find the near miss, but it's basically like a hamlet. It's not super hard to find anything here. You probably just need to ask around.
Sure. As I'm moving forward and not asking around, I'm going to look at these two, I guess, inexperienced newbies, is the polite term to put it. Look at one, look at the other, and just kind of abject shock, and go, so, you two, what do you do?
I'm good with calendars. That's why I'm in the Department of Festive Foes. And yeah.
Do you beat people with calendars?
Oh no. But I've been practicing, and Penrose pulls out just like the tiniest little rapier, and it's so small. And just like, and does a kind of and she kind of jumps fairly high, like she's kind of like jumping all over the place, just like very energetically. But yes.
Okay, so you are a swords person.
Yes. I suppose you could say that. They don't usually let me go out on field missions. But I'm very excited to be here.
Good. You should definitely hold the little magic ball thing.
Oh, okay. Just like takes a little magic ball.
And you?
Oh, me. Oh, of course. Yes. Well, you see, I am typically the chief file clerk in the records department, you see. So papers and documents and things. I'm very organized, you see, but much like my little friend Penrose here, it is my first time on the field, and I must say I am very excited and also very scared. And she sort of like opens her pea coat a little bit, rubbages and pulls out a surprisingly fancy looking quarterstaff and says, I also have this. I've had it for years. I think it was passed down to me by a family member when I was very young, and supposedly I know how to use it. So well, there's that. So I guess we'll see how this goes. I guess I should keep this at hand and not in my coat, right? Maybe that's a better idea.
Dealer's choice.
I think I'll do that.
Don't worry. This is going to be routine. It's going to be just fine. Okay.
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
I will do my very best to help.
No worries. It'll be fine. I am Kevius. I get hit a lot, and well, I don't get hit a lot, but people try and hit me, and I heal. And this is Traven.
Hey, I'm Traven. I love using magic, and enhancements are great. And I'm sure you do great, Gannon. You too, Penrose. I love the rapier. I wanted to hear about calendar magic, but I'll leave that to my imagination.
It's called chronomancy.
As he writes that, jot that down. Gotta research that later.
So you guys are having this pleasant little chat in this fun little town when all of a sudden the still night air is pierced by screams, followed by clamor and a thunderous roar. And you see sort of like a plume of fire kind of light up the sky across, I guess, behind some buildings that are sort of near where you are. So yeah, if you guys can, how are you going to react to that?
Just immediately running towards.
Cool. So if you guys can roll me initiative, we'll start that off.
I suppose Penrose and I might be nervously running behind
Yeah.
Traven and Kevius because we don't want to lose them.
have a moment of just like looking at each other and then.
Yeah, it's not too far away. Based on distance from where you are right now, you're probably going to be able to get there by double moving in one round. So just let me know when you've got your initiative order figured out.
I got one of the natural 10s.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, actually, no, I should be doing that. I should be calling you guys by character. That would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it? So yeah, we'll start with Kevius. You're 10, you said?
Yep, a natural 10.
Beautiful. Okay, next, Penrose.
That is a 12.
Okay. Trevin.
That's 17. Okay, 17.
Okay, and Gannett.
13.
Cool. So first we're gonna go with Traven. You're up. You've seen you've heard the screams and the clamor, and you've seen that plume of fire.
Oh, I'm like, oh, what happened? I'll just go dashing towards it.
Sweet. So when you dash towards it, you're gonna round the corner and basically see what looks like a very ornate clockwork dragon made of solid gold machine bits that is currently sort of in an attacking posture. You can see that there are these two adults who are shielding their child from this toy, this construct, and their clothes are slightly singed, but they appear no worse for wear, although they are very frightened and look to be in need of some assistance.
Okay. All right. Well, for my first spell, I see both of them. Like, oh no, what? And I try to cast reduce on it to reduce size.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Give me a. Sorry, I need to just make a saving throw for that, don't I? That's how spells work.
It's going to be Constitution 14.
Constitution 14, eh? Yep. Unfortunately, the magic kind of pings off some kind of internal magic field that this clockwork dragon has, and it doesn't seem to affect it. But it's noticed you now. Next, we've got Gannett.
Well, Gannett, I guess, is kind of catching up to Traven and Kevius and wondering exactly what's going on. Looks up, panics, isn't quite sure what to do. Is kind of like, oh, and probably casts a magic missile because they're not entirely sure what they're doing just yet, and they remember that's on like the back of brain of spells for them, and they remember that's a thing that they know.
Okay. Magic missile. You cast it and it hits. Tell me how much damage you deal to the clockwork dragon.
5.
Okay. All right. So on the so at that point, the dragon doesn't like that you tried to try to reduce it, Traven, but it also doesn't like being hit with magic. And it's basically going to fly forward. Are you two, would you say you two are like close together right now, or did you purposefully spread yourselves like more than 15 feet apart?
I would say Gannett isn't making very smart decisions and is trying to hide near Traven because she knows that he's the more experienced of the wizards in this group and wants to possibly learn from him / be protected by him.
That's fair. Yeah, that was sort of how I was thinking of it, but I just wanted to make sure there was consensus. But yeah, so basically, I'm going to need you both to make dexterity saving throws as it unleashes a gout of fire that hits both of you in a 15-foot cone. It is going to, in order to do this, it is going to put itself basically right in front of you guys, so you can melee with it to your heart's content.
Dex save throw for me was 19.
Yeah, 15.
Beautiful. Sweet. You both make it. So half damage coming in as you are mildly scorched for 5 points of damage each. Fire damage.
Right.
Okay. And now it's Penrose's turn.
Penrose dashes up, heading on in.
All right. You dash up. I'm going to say because it's moved now, you're pretty much able to get in melee with it immediately. You can see that this clockwork dragon has just attacked your friends. What are you going to do?
Penrose is going to just pull out her little rapier and have a little stab. Have a little stab at some of these gears. Stabby stab.
Cool. Make me an attack roll, please.
Okay. That is a 22.
Yep, that hits.
Right. So are any of my allies also adjacent to this dragon?
100% yes. It had to get really close to breathe fire on both of them.
Then that will be 7 piercing damage and 15 sneak attack damage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just gets right in there. Just like the ankle.
All right. And that seems to have done a lot of damage. You managed to muck up its gears pretty badly. Kevius, your turn is next.
I'm going to assume that Kevius tried to slide down the ice and didn't realize that that's not going to get him as fast as they thought. But he's going to slowly slide in with his longsword and try and take a hit at it.
Sweet. If you want to make an athletics check to try to do a cool slide in, I'll give you advantage on the attack if it succeeds.
18.
Oh yeah, give me that attack roll with advantage, please.
Heck yeah! Oh, thank God. That was almost the worst. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Awesome. And then that's going to give me 11 points slashing with a magical longsword.
Nice. So you deal 11 points of slashing damage to it. You manage to I'm gonna say you cut off one of its legs, so it's kind of hobbling around on 3 of them, sort of trying to adjust with its wings and everything like that right now. And bits of its clockwork kind of go everywhere. Cool. So now we are on to Trevin again.
All right, so I'll use a bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Yeah.
What do you think will work best against cogs? I was thinking ice, but it's already cold. So I gotta pick element. Would acid maybe rest some of the gears?
Oh yeah, acid would probably do it.
All right, then I'll cast acid for myself, and then I will do Dragon's Breath attack on him. So the saving throw would be dexterity.
Oh, that was one of those things. It was a 19, but then it was a 9. So no, it fails.
Oh, okay.
How much acid damage is it taking?
It will be, let's see, so it's half of that. It's the 2d6s. And rolling. It takes 8.
Oh, it takes the total amount, just so we're clear.
Oh, total amount? Oops, let me
I failed my roll on that.
Oh, all right, let me do that again. So 8 plus 7. Oh my gosh, man. All right, so 15, so half 15.
No one told me there would be math.
Right, I was
Right.
like, live math is hard.
Yep. Biggest mistake I've made. All right. Now it's time for Gannett again. Gannett, this dragon is slightly corroded. It's missing a leg, and it's kind of like very angry at you still, sort of right in front of you. What do you do?
I feel like now that Gannett has had some time to appraise the situation, and well, she's still very much panicking, let's be honest, but is remembering her feat as a wizard and kind of remembering that she has this abilities that she can channel, that she would attempt to cast a Scorching Ray as a bonus action on this dragon to see what can be done.
Ooh. Okay.
Mhm. So that's oops, clicking the wrong thing here. A ranged spell attack for 3 rays total. So
Okay, so this is right in front of you right now. So if you
Mhm.
were to make a ranged attack, I would need to get you
Would
to do
need to
that at
move.
disadvantage.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can do. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, you can move if you want, but it will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, I feel like I'll take a gamble with the disadvantage on this one.
That's
See what happens.
Gannett is in full freak out mode right now. So
Yeah, like she's not making very good choices. We know this. This is just kind of, yeah, she's not making good choices, but that's part of the fun. So
Gannett's learning.
yeah. So that means now remind me, this is to the audience, it's my first time playing D&D in a while, bear with me. This is I have to roll for the disadvantage will be the minus on the actual hit or the damage.
So basically disadvantage means you take 2 dice.
Yes.
You roll 2 dice for each attack, and I think you
Yes.
get 4 attacks with Scorching Ray.
I get
at first?
3 for this one.
3, good, cool. So you're making all 3 of those attacks at disadvantage. So just roll 2 dice, take the lowest of the 2, and let me know what those numbers are.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem.
So, one sec. Oop. That was the wrong one. 4 and 7. 4 and 7, so it would be 4.
Cool. Yep. And what are the other 2 attacks? Because you're doing 2 dice for each attack.
Boop. This one is 9.
And just tell me the lowest one. That would be
5.
okay. And the next one.
Last one. 8.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're like and all 3 of the Scorching Rays like arc around the dragon, and kind of like shoot off into the night sky. Nobody is hurt, thankfully, but you didn't hit the dragon.
Well,
So the dragon, seeing that you just tried to Scorching Ray it after you just tried to just successfully magic missile, I should say, is going to try to shoot fire at you again. Unfortunately, it's going to kind of like choke. There's going to be a little sputter, but nothing comes out. So instead, it's just going to try to bite you.
this is fine.
What's your armor class, Gannett?
11.
Okay, this hits. And you take... Nine points of damage from the bite.
Ow.
It was a big old chomp.
Gannett kind of
And-
doubles over a little bit and says, I knew I should have stayed in the record room.
Penrose, it's your turn.
Seeing my good friend Gannett getting chomped, Penrose is not happy. I would like to. Can I jump up onto its head and
Yes.
stab it in the head? I
Yes,
do have
100%.
I have a 30-foot vertical leap.
Give me like athletics
15.
or- yeah, give
15
me
foot.
give me like an athletics or an acrobatics check, because when you jump on it, it is gonna try to like buck and throw you
Okay.
a little bit.
Cool.
But I'll let you
Uh,
use acrobatics or athletics, whatever.
That's a 26.
Yeah, you hold on like a pro, and are you gonna just stab it in the head?
I'm gonna stab it in the head for sure. That is the plan. Here we go.
Sweet.
Stab.
Roll with advantage, please.
Ooh, okay. The first one was a 19, and the second one.
Oh, 19's enough.
Okay. Just in case I get that sweet crit. The second one was a 26. So.
That's right.
Total damage. Do you need the damage split out into piercing and sneak attack? Or...
No.
Okay.
Sneak attack should do the same amount of damage as your weapon, or the same type of damage as your weapon,
Yeah.
I should say. So
24 points of stabby damage as just like gets in there, kind of like really kind of just jabbing in the eye, and then bonus action disengage to drop down in front of, or like as much in front of, kind of like defending Gannett as possible, trying to like distract it from her friend.
Well, the that hit on the noggin absolutely did it, and it looks like it just kind of tries to move, but then the light kind of fades from its eye sockets, and it just sort of goes down.
Are you okay?
Gannett kind of looks at Penrose like, where did that come from? That was incredible.
Yeah, no, they said I shouldn't go out on field missions because I was too enthusiastic about stabbing.
No such thing. How damaged is Gannett right now?
She's sitting at max HP is 44, and she's sitting at 31. So she's, I'd say, injured, but not, nothing critical. Kind of gripping her gut, torso area. Unhappy with the situation.
I'm gonna heal for 10 from lay on hands.
Excellent.
So basically, the family that this dragon was attacking is going to come up to you and basically just be like, "Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. We bought that toy just a few days ago from this. I don't know. He seemed like a really nice little man who was selling toys, and yeah, I don't know." It was fine, but then it just started going berserk and trying to attack little Timmy here. This is a family of orcs, by the way. Little Timmy is just growing in his first tusk, and he says, "Thank you." But yes, how will you respond?
How much did you pay?
Oh, it wasn't cheap, let me tell you. Probably in the range of 200 gold pieces just for that, and that would have taxed me. Not like I can get a refund.
200 gold?
Yes,
Okay.
nothing but the best for our Timmy.
Or a dragon toy. Trevor looks confused, like, I think next time you should buy a rabbit of some sort. Just something smaller, maybe.
Could you direct us to the near miss inn?
The near miss, I don't know why you'd want to go there. I mean, it's kind of a dive.
Cavius looked at himself, looks at Traven. I mean, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. You should be able to find it if you take the street forward, take a left, take a right, and then another left. You can't miss it. It's the bar with the axe in the sign.
Good. Thank you. Cavius, there's still like the remains of the dragon, right?
Yeah, there's still the remains of the dragon. If anybody wants to take a look at those, can.
Cavius grabs one leg and just starts dragging while he walks towards the near miss inn.
Beautiful. And I love it. Cool. Traven, when as you guys are sort of like, I don't know if there's anything anybody else wants to do first, so please let me know if there's something you want to do before we can move on. But there's nothing? Cool. All right. Yeah, so Traven, as the group is kind of like moving forward, I'm gonna need you to make a perception check.
All right, let's roll it. It is is this loading? Well, With +3, it's 5.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like get the feeling that there's someone watching you, but looking around in the crowd, you can't really place any of it. It's just it's just a feeling at this point.
When Draven gets a chill and's like, that must be the wind. Hopefully not a crazy toy.
The wind is actually pretty fierce, though the buildings are kind of like acting like a buffer against it in town. But it is making the little candles that are in their sort of glass globes, their flames are flickering, and it is throwing shadows just everywhere, really ominously. But yeah, so all of you will arrive without incident at the Near Miss Tavern. This rustic building, fashioned from logs with a flagstone chimney. It sports a swinging sign painted with the head of an orc looking up to regard a hand axe stuck into the sign itself with an expression of visible relief. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said the sign with the axe in it. It's a literal axe just in the sign. When you go inside, the place looks like a dive, with aged wooden counters, ratty tables, and sawdust on the floor. The unkempt nature of the place doesn't seem to bother the patrons, though, who sing and drink merrily to an elderly halfling bard playing solstice carols on her accordion. No two ways about it, this joint is ugly. Ugly but cozy, like an old solstice sweater you just can't throw away. That's about as much as I went into the noir here. I tried. Yeah, so you'll be able to see as you go in as well. Kivius patrons are definitely eyeing you, sort of carrying this like half corroded, cut up dragon toy that's about as big as a small dog, just kind of behind you.
Kivius takes out his disguise, which is just an ugly sweater. Puts it on. It's this horrendous grin and white, and it just says it's dad time.
Wonderful, I love it. Yeah, and you'll see a bugbear, a female bugbear who is tending bar. She's middle-aged with gold fur that's tinged brown at the edges. She has these sharp hazel eyes, neatly trimmed tusks and claws. And she's wearing like a comfortable work dress with an apron and a pair of brass spectacles. She'll kind of say, "Whoa, not every day people come in dragging something like that. Where'd you find it?"
Oh, in town. We're here for the Mail for Wonder.
Really? You and just you?
And my associates.
And Rose kind of hops up and is just like, "You can't see me, I'm down here."
It's like, yeah, hey there.
Well,
Again, it just kind of waves.
I think she sees Penrose and is like, "Isn't that the most adorable thing?" All right, friends, I got Wonder's mail for you. Just follow me to the back room. Name's Maggie, and she'll hold out her hand.
Kivius shakes
it. So she'll lead you sort of through the kitchen and into this sort of back room that it looks a lot more secure than the rest of the place, where everything is kind of like has that rustic charm to it. This one is all business, and inside it's kind of got like you can see sort of posted on the inside of the door is again one of those big bad bureau guards. So he'll kind of start until he sees when he sees you, and then she'll be like, no, it's cool. They're with the organization. Right. So she'll kind of lead you in. There's a table in the center of the room. She'll offer you a seat. Would you guys like some hot cocoa while you wait? I can have the kitchen bring it out.
Yes, please.
That'd be great.
I could certainly use some cocoa, please.
Yes.
Do you take anything in your cocoa?
Marshmallows.
Extra sugar.
I want both of those.
coming right up. She'll sort of call into to one of the kitchen staff to help out with that before closing the door. And then once you guys are all settled in and cozy, you'll see her kind of like take out this just big disc-shaped package that's sort of wrapped in cloth, and she'll kind of lay it on the table and unwrap the cloth in front of you to show something that kind of looks like a really big compass, like if a compass was the size of your head, sort of thing. It definitely looks magical. There's a needle that kind of goes to and fro on it, and basically the proprietress will say, this here is called a mageometer. It literally measures magic. Near as we can tell, there's some pretty powerful magic going on in that workshop, golly thanks, especially the kind that stops it from being able to be scryed upon. So even though they can't peer in there, if he's out there in the hinterlands, which we think he is, this little baby should be able to find him for you. And she'll kind of give it a loving pat. Now, you should know that we've had some pretty rough weather of late. Snow out in the hinterlands bound to be deep. It's bound to be pretty cold, too. Thankfully.
How deep? How deep?
Oh, on you? I'd say probably up to your waist.
Okay.
Is Kevius big? Like in
Kevius
terms
is
of
big,
tall?
yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like on him probably up to the ankle, but you know.
Kevius looks like one of those display suits of armor that just has like legs and stuff.
That's great. Yeah, so she'll let you know that there are some shops in town you can go to get snowshoes if you want. They're 4 gold a pair, and they might be able to help with people who would otherwise sink into the snow. But it's going to be pretty rough going either way. And with that, she'll just kind of wish you best of luck. Say you're welcome to finish your cocoa out with the customers, and remind you to put that somewhere safe. If R&D finds out that anyone else knows about this, could be my job.
What do you think? Sorry.
You first, Raven. You first, Raven.
I was saying, so what do you think we should keep this, Kevius? Everybody?
Kevius is already just trying to jam pack it into his backpack. Huh?
Oh, well, that works out well.
Is the cocoa served here?
Oh yeah, you guys got your cocoa. It's all exactly how you ordered it, with your extra marshmallows and sugar.
Kevius is already done. You can see hot cocoa on like the chain mask in front of his mouth.
That's great.
Okay, I am good to go.
Cool. Who would be the first to leave the room, do you guys think?
Not Kevius.
I guess Raven.
I mean,
we're following you.
Yeah, I feel like Janet and Pedros are still just like completely not sure what's going. Like,
Yeah.
just following the experts at the moment.
I'll go first. It's like, all right, let's go.
Traven, can you give me a perception check, please?
Oh no. Nah, let's see. Perception. Here we go. Ah man, more wind. All right, so I'm at 6.
Okay. Nothing going wrong here. But
It's
you
getting
get that
better.
you get that feeling again where it's kind of like there's something, it's almost like it's something watching you. Following you with his eyes.
Trevor goes outside and looks around. Well, anyway, that was some pretty good cocoa. I'm definitely getting more before I leave. It continues on.
Cool. So basically, when you guys, or actually, when you step outside, Traven, are you stepping outside sort of by yourself, or is anyone following you? You're just kind of getting some air after that chill feeling.
I think like since we were all ready to go, I'm just kind of like, all right, let's go first. So I think so, yes.
Okay, yeah. So when you're out there, basically, you're going to hear someone sort of open the door behind you, and you hear this voice that just kind of says, "Hello. I couldn't help but notice the ease with which you dispatched that toy dragon."
Oh, you were watching. Hello, I'm Traven. Who are you?
This this character looks a little bit peculiar. It's a figure who's wearing a black cape, a very long black cape that sort of covers their entire form, just leaving space for their boots at the bottom. And it's got a bit of a high collar that's almost fully closed over their face. They also appear to be wearing this ridiculously large top hat that is kind of shadowing their complexion. But what you can see underneath is a kind of like, there's something off about their face that's hard to pinpoint without like really staring them down. But the figure is going to just say, "It's a pleasure. My name is Kringle," and hold out a gloved hand to you.
Okay, Traven's like, all right, nice to meet you, Kringle. It's a pleasure. Do you actually know anything about these toys? Is this a common thing around here?
In a manner of speaking, if you would come with me, I would like to know your intentions.
I'd like to get my group first. You know, I'm sure we can together. Do you want to come in?
I would prefer if we met out here.
Oh,
I will see you over there, and the figure will kind of like point towards one of the spaces in between two of the buildings before giving you kind of like a tip of the top hat, and then kind of walking into that alleyway.
all right. I'll see you there. Give me about 1 minute. And Traven just turns around like, let's go straight back to the group. We're talking.
You can also see sort of like when this character is walking away, their movements are strange, very jerky, kind of imprecise. It's a little off-putting.
This is an interesting town, he says to himself. Toys, and I'm not even going to discuss the walk. I'll be back. You say Kevius, Penrose, Gannon, just yelling that back in the door.
Yes.
We've gotten
What's going on out there?
We've gotten some type of invitation somewhere. I think you all should come see this down an alley.
I'm sorry, did you just say down an alley?
Kevius walking out. Can you say that out loud one more time for me?
It's like, Kevius, yes. We've gotten a very strange invitation down an alley, apparently.
You got an invitation in an alley.
Yes, from a strange man.
You understand what this sounds like, yes?
Potentially.
You understand what this sounds like, yes? What does this sound like?
Adventure. Sounds
No.
like adventure.
I like the way
No.
Penrose thinks.
Penrose.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Penrose, no.
We're on the
Yes,
same
uh-oh.
wavelength.
It's a bad wavelength.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I know I'm only one mechanical dragon into this adventure, any adventure, but even I know a dark alley is not good news. Are we doing this?
No, we are not. We are not going
Kevius,
down
are we
that-
doing this?
We are not going down. I don't know how I became the voice of reason here. No, I know how, because I'm telling you not to go down a dark alley.
it'll be full of secrets.
There
you're about
is
to
Penrose,
in an
no.
alley for trash.
What? You always find secrets in dark alleys.
He had a nice
No.
top hat too.
This is
Oh,
how
a
you
top
find.
hat.
This
Yes,
is how you
I loved
find
it.
knives in your body. Do not go down the alley.
Oh dear.
Her little whiskers just droop sadly in her little ears, kind of.
Yes, be sad. You do not go down an alleyway. That's dark.
Well, no,
Oh.
I don't want to disappoint Penrose. That's the
It's not
saddest
about
sight I've ever
disappointment.
seen.
Penrose
It is
does
not
look
about
kinda
disappointment. It is about safety.
That is that not the saddest sight you've ever seen, Kevius?
No, I
No,
feel sad
I've
for
seen much
Penrose.
worse. Are you kidding me?
It could just be a quick
Because we're
peek.
about not
Beavis
seeing
was down the alleyway. You come out here.
Oh.
I think you're not going to get much of a response. Kringle is just going to kind of like, hello.
Penrose is hopping forward, like she's going into this alleyway.
Kevius fully swings the dragon in front. Kevius never let go.
Are you like throwing the dragon in front in like a hostile way, or are you just kind of like being like this?
like an arm in front, but just with a dragon corpse in front.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so is Penrose the only one going into the alley at the moment?
No, I'm going to follow Penrose. I feel like I at least owe her that after saving my feathered tail from the dragon.
Traven looks at Kevius. Well, we can't leave them by themselves. You know, they're new out here.
Oh, if someone takes a swing and making a full report of just this.
I'm sure it'll be fine, potentially.
Kevius looks at Penrose. If you go down this alleyway, I will report you.
Don't listen to him, Penrose. We have more pull than he does.
I am the senior ranking officer on this field mission.
I simply want to know what your intentions are with Master Gollythank. Again.
Oh.
Information and secrets.
It seems that you took joy in destroying something that he created.
We're here to curb the harm that Gollythank is doing.
Harm?
Yes, the harm.
I was unaware of such harm. What harm do you speak of?
The dragon near a child.
I'm sorry, were you present when it was breathing fire and trying to bite half my feathers off?
Yes. It was
because I was!
It was Master Gollythank's wishes that the toys be as true to life as possible. It was designed exactly as he intended.
You do not harm children. You do not harm children. You do not harm children.
We may not. But who's to say what a dragon would do?
If you keep talking like this, I'm going to go down this alleyway, grab you by the leg and swing.
I'm afraid that I would have to defend myself against any hostile actions.
You are helping someone sell dangerous, expensive things to parents to give to their children. Those things he makes, they harm.
I see. Have you been sent by the Scarlet Sage?
Kevius activates Emissary of Peace, giving him a +5 on persuasion rolls. Kevius says, no, we are just concerned for the well-being of all the people that have been buying his toys who are unaware, just like he is, of the potential harm and danger that may come from pursuit of realism. Roll persuasion?
Yeah, go right ahead.
That's gonna be 30.
Your logic is sound. Perhaps there was something that Master Gollythank could learn. I must go and inform him. However, I'm afraid that I must insist that you not follow. I have been given strict instructions. Master Gollythank does not wish to be disturbed. And with that, Kringle is going to leap basically high enough in the air to reach the rooftop and disappear.
That is bull. I don't like that.
So cool! Oh my goodness! We went in an alley, and there was a spooky guy, and you did a cool, you were so cool, oh my goodness, Mr. Kevius, you were so cool. This is amazing.
Kevius just standing still, just eyes bulging behind his helmet.
Gannett just visibly leans against the wall and mutters, well, we didn't die this time.
We didn't go down an alleyway. Did you see how that worked out? We didn't go down an alleyway for this.
Draven's like, you might be right. I'm still curious, but I'll let it go this time.
I'm covered in armor all the time, and I don't want to go down a dark alley.
That is understandable.
You have the equivalent of a loom protecting you. I do not recommend going down a dark alleyway.
I'll be safe. I got my festive sweater. I'll be okay.
Just imagine a bubble around you. That is your safety bubble. If people you don't know are in that bubble, be cautious, okay? Just that.
I'll take that logic.
Okay, I know you are new, but come on, man.
People are nice, usually.
Assume that if they want to talk in a dark alleyway, they are not nice.
Can I have this time? Let's have Penrose make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 20.
Cool.
Not natural.
So you're going to notice something kind of like, just kind of winding around in the snow. It's possible that it could have fallen from Kringle's coat, because you're absolutely certain it wasn't there when you stepped into the alleyway. But you just kind of like your Gerbian ears sort of hear it. Would you like to go examine it?
Oh yes. I think as soon as Kivius as soon as his attention is at all distracted, she just hops down the dark alleyway to look at the mysterious thing that the mysterious person dropped.
So the mysterious thing turns out to be a small toy soldier, and it's kind of just going. I'm not sure if that's even coming up on the mic, but it's like that kind of whirring noise, like electric, the toys with gears in them make. But it's kind of moving forward. It's sort of taking its gun and putting it sort of up into the side and up into the side, and then it points it towards Penrose's face. She's just able to as it goes off. It doesn't hurt you or anything like that. It's just kind of like loud and shocking. But you can kind of tell from where it hit that this sounds like it has a little bit more force to it than a regular toy gun might have.
I kind of hold it carefully, pointing not at anyone, and I hop over to Gannett and just say look, I found this.
Penrose, what on earth is that?
I don't know.
Where did you find that?
Exciting. It was in the snow. I think that the guy with the cool hat dropped it. And
can
it's
Kivius see it?
Yeah, he's just holding it.
Like Kivius recognizes this is a gun, right?
Yes, it's 100% a tiny little gun.
Kivius just puts away his sword, grabs it. This looks like a weird gun. Do not know what the gun is.
No.
What's in the work to put the bullets so I don't know what this could do? He points up in the air and pulls the trigger.
It's like I don't really think you could. Well, okay, it's not really pulling the trigger so much because this is like a gun sized for a regular toy soldier. So you're kind of using both hands and tiny little fingers to kind of get that small trigger pulled. But when you do, it absolutely goes off and it makes a loud and shocking noise.
Why?
Draven's like, guns, interesting. Just take some notes about it.
If you ever find a real one, they're great.
Oh man, you know what? One day I'll look into it.
Yeah, no, you really should. You really should. Kivius looking at this, just kind of starts to squeeze on it with one hand, trying to crush it.
Yeah, you're able to crush it pretty easily. I mean, it's well made, but it's still just a tiny wooden toy thing.
This is not for children.
The soldier itself is going to continue to kind of move in formation even without the gun in its hand. It's still kind of doing those motions. And if anybody Gannett, do you have Arcana?
Yep.
Do you want to make me an Arcana check because I showed that to you?
18.
Great. Yeah, so you can tell this is not just a toy. This has definitely got some magic to it. It looks to be almost just kind of from your 18, you're hey, wait a minute. And you can kind of see that it's not just that this is like a piece of clockwork or like a clockwork trinket. It's kind of got construction closer to what you'd see for like a construct, like a golem or something. But it's almost as though the magic has been seamlessly integrated into the clockwork mechanisms themselves.
So I wonder if this would be an appropriate time for Gannett to use her appraising eyes skill to sort out exactly what this soldier is all about and what we might glean from it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So you're going to use your appraising eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, you can determine that this item is definitely not intended to be by itself. Just like the magic of Gesmi sort of like flowing through you and granting you mystical knowledge of this object is letting you know that it's 100% part of a set, probably some kind of like a battalion of soldiers, something like that. It definitely wasn't meant to go on its own. The way it's moving, the way it's marching, almost like it could be in formation if it had others sort of surrounding it doing the same thing. You can also tell that this item can be deactivated. There is a switch on the back that you can press to activate and deactivate it. However, once it is activated, it appears to be something that essentially acts as with its own will almost. You're not 100% certain if it's like, sentient, but it definitely has like a set of programming that it wants to follow.
All right. I of course relay this information to my group as I'm sorting this out and figuring out what this thing is, and I think that there might be more of these somewhere. I don't know if they're close by. I don't know if this was left here by accident or intentionally, but it's not supposed to be alone.
I'm not a fan of this at all. No.
You think it could walk by itself?
It can certainly walk by itself, but we can also deactivate it. So I'm a little concerned there's a lot more of these strange little soldiers with strange little questionable magic guns.
Well, if we do encounter them, do either of you have any magic for widespread?
Nope.
The last time I tried anything close to that, you saw how it went.
You got magic missile. You'll be fine.
That's true. That's true. That one went okay. That one was all right.
Yeah. If we can review for one moment, you brought up that you have a stick, but not magic. Why?
Oh, the magic's there. I'm just learning how to use it all over again. You need to bear with me here.
But you didn't bring that up when we first speak. Why?
Well, I didn't even know if I could use it. It's been years. I don't know. I've been in records. You don't need magic and records. You need organizational skills.
Very boring.
Listen, I know
Hush
how
you.
to read. Reading is vile magic. I understand this. Come on.
I mean, I do have magic that can work in range, so we can do what we will with that if the need arises. I will try to do better next time.
Don't try, you will. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels a little bit of resolve at Kivius' words. Feeling just a little more confident in her ability.
Okay.
Before we set out trying to find Gollythank, do you want me to just hop up on the roof and take a look and see if I can see any more of these little fellows?
Sure.
Okay. Fenrose is gonna jump up onto the roof. As long as it's not more than 15 feet. If not, she will scramble up onto the roof.
Okay, so you scramble up on top of the roof, and actually, yes. As you start nearing the top, you're basically going to start hearing little sort of pops, and you'll see that like there seems to be sort of a few of these that are just kind of like dropped haphazardly. You can see one on top of the roof. You can basically see one sort of on the roof next to you as well, or you, I guess, hear it because it's kind of like whirring and shooting its gun off a little bit. But yeah, so that's basically what you see. What do you do with this information?
And he says that there are more of them. Kind of backs up a little bit on the roof, a little bit uncertain of what to do.
And Traven looks again at Ankevius and says, "Yeah, let's definitely deactivate this."
Well, from what I can tell from this one that I gleaned, we may not be able to deactivate them all at once. Easily. Each one has a button, you see.
Well, one at a time.
Yeah, and as you guys sort of prepare to get ready there, I suppose we'll leave with like the image of Penrose kind of like holding one of those toys from the roof in her hands as it sort of pans out to show the camera onto this wild, windy expanse, sparsely decorated with trees, where there's no light, because again, the new moon is not shedding any. And I think that's probably where we'll break for now. So just take a break, grab a candy cane, refill your hot chocolate, be sure to give the channel a follow and like if you haven't already. And yeah, stay tuned because we will be back with more of this holiday special real soon. Hi, and we're back. The Big Bad Broadcast Holiday Special. So thank you again for joining us, and like and subscribe, and etc. All that good stuff. Where we last left our party, they had just defeated a mechanized toy dragon that was a little bit dangerous, kind of shot a lot of fire, and after receiving the important magiometer from their acquaintance that will lead them to the hideout of the toy maker behind these nefarious toys, they managed to have an encounter with a rather strange fellow who goes by the name of Kringle. He managed to elude them, but he left behind some toy soldiers with disturbingly realistic guns, and a warning to not follow, because Gollythink does not wish to be disturbed. So now we return to the party as they prepare for their journey into the hinterlands, where it is hoped they will find the pathway towards Gollythink's secret hidden lair.
All right. Well, I guess since I've got it on my back, I'm going to take it out in my one free arm and try and figure out where it's going to point us.
Yeah, so like immediately when you sort of turn the dial to turn it on, it'll start kind of like the needle itself will fill up with this sort of red glow that kind of pulses, sort of from the base of the needle to the tip. And it starts twirling and twirling until it is very clearly anchored and pointing in one direction. That kind of like pop, pop, pop sort of noise. And you all can see that it is very clearly pointing again towards the hinterlands, as they suspected it might.
All right. I'm just going to start following that.
All right. Are any of you, before you leave, you were warned about the deep snow. Is anybody going to purchase snowshoes for 4 gold pieces?
Are there snowshoes designed for humble folk?
100%.
That was going to be
yes.
my question. Will my talons fit?
Yeah, like
Yes.
we're not in Humblewood now.
So the snowshoes are kind of like the types of snowshoes that you would normally see. They kind of just tie on, so like you could tie them on in a way that would be comfortable for whatever feet you have, or whatever shoes or non-shoes you happen to be wearing.
I asked this because I think Penrose would try to get a piggyback ride off of one of the tall folk. If anyone is willing to give her a little piggyback ride.
I mean, 16 strength, sure.
Yeah, just like bounces up there, is super excited. Just like drumming a little excitement on top of the helmet.
I'll put this out there. I don't think snowshoes work when you're wearing 55 pounds of armor. So...
You know what? We're just gonna say they do because distributing your weight evenly. I don't know. Well, let's just go with it.
Sure. So walking across the snow is Keevius just cursing to himself in Infernal.
Cool. So Keevius is buying the snowshoes then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Keevius has got the snowshoes.
Gannett would certainly buy snowshoes. She's trying to take a safer route as possible, and snowshoes is part of that safe route.
Same
Makes
for
sense.
Traven.
Sweet. And so the only one that's not is our Jerbine, who is piggyback riding on top of Keevius, and I think that's great. So, as you follow the gently pulsing light of the mageometer into the hinterlands, you notice that the town's light is now a faint and distant radiance. Blah. And in this atmosphere, the still wilderness feels almost smotheringly dark. There is a gentle glow from the mageometer as it sort of pulses along, but it's providing only scant illumination. So basically, if you guys have light sources, I would bring them out. The only light sources here are the ones you bring with you because of the new moon. Everything is very, very dark. I don't imagine that's a problem for Keevius, because dark vision. Do Kalishtar also get dark vision, Trevin?
I don't have dark vision.
Yeah, fair
So,
enough.
I don't think so.
So if somebody has you got like a light cantrip or something like that now.
I do. Yeah, I was going to suggest I touch my quarterstaff and apply a light cantrip to it.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you've got the light from your light cantrip sort of showing you the way.
Sort of like a torch now on my staff.
Yeah. Out here the wind whips at you and it's very, very cutting, but your warm clothing and your absolutely garish holiday sweater, Travin, keep you plenty warm. Also your dad time sweater, Keevius? What did it say
It's
again?
dad time.
Dad time. There we go. Yeah, Keevius is wearing a sweater over his armor that says dad time, and he's also got like what I assume to be kind of like 80s leg warmers, just kind of up the sabatons.
Yeah, just really, really doing my best to represent all the embarrassment that a parent can bring from the 80s.
Beautiful. I love it. Really feeling that energy. I think it's great. So the snow here is deep and crunchy, and would normally count as difficult terrain, except all of you who are walking on it currently have snowshoes. So it is something you can easily walk on top of because your weight is being evenly distributed. The hinterlands themselves are dotted with sparse pine trees. Occasionally you'll see some of them in stands and copses, sort of like off in the distance. The trees are heavily snow covered, and many of them are large enough that even Keevius could hide behind them if he wanted to. Not that I would assume anything about whether or not Keevius would want to hide behind trees.
I feel like the tree could hide behind me.
Yeah, that's probably fair. You've probably got way more hit points than a tree.
God, I hope so.
Let me look up an awakened tree real quick. No. Anyways, so as you make your way through these cold and dark hinterlands, you're going to see the magometer kind of like gradually the little beeping and the pulsing is going to bop, 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 and then just kind of very, very slowly increase as you keep sort of moving and turning to follow the swiveling needle where it's pointing. As you guys are going forward, you are going to see something peculiar ahead of you. There's a light in the distance. It appears to be some kind of glowing blue cube that's been placed very specifically on this kind of like it's almost like a little tiny pedestal that's just kind of pushing it up from the snow. The pedestal will probably be actually like, as deep under the snow, but you can only see a little bit of it where the this glowing blue cube is. Appears to be sort of like 1 foot in every dimension, very, very small, sort of. And there's this sort of silvery thing above it, just almost cube-shaped, or not cube-shaped as well, but sort of, it's got like a square dimension to it, and it's just kind of holding this blue cube in place.
What's that over there? We should go look at it, right?
And it just sort of peers at it. I feel like I've seen this in a book somewhere or something. Something in the records department. But what? What is it?
Well, you have until we get there to remember.
Make me a history check, but it's not going to matter until later.
Me?
Yes.
Can I assist in this history check?
Absolutely, yeah.
Team records.
Records.
19.
Sweet. So I will save that, and yeah, you can't quite recall it. Maybe if you had a bit of a closer look.
We should definitely move closer. Carefully, carefully. Kivius, maybe you go first.
Yeah, as if that wasn't already going to happen.
So Kivius,
It just sort of bows at him. Thank you, thank you.
Lumbering over, just muttering to himself in Infernal, like he's just saying, like, I can't believe this, I'm so tired already, I want to go back to the hot chocolate. But hours is coming out as Infernal, so it's just like,
so Kivius, you have Penrose on your back, and you are approaching the cube. How close are you getting to the cube?
I mean, I'm getting to the cube, like.
Okay, so when you approach the cube and you get like right up to it, you can basically see that it looks to be like a solid block of ice, the kind of ice you'd see in like a glacier, where it's kind of like very blue with the I guess sort of light that is shining through it. That little silver thing that had sort of the square shape on top is kind of connected via this like this sort of metal arm to the pedestal itself, and seems to be sort of shining a radiance on this cube that is causing it to appear as though it's glowing. The ice cube itself has within its very center an ornate looking key. And as you are examining it up close, you suddenly hear a click and a very sudden creak and snap as these two giant iron sides of a box close in around you and trap you and Penrose inside to the horror of Trevin and Gannett.
It just looks like, see, the alley was safe after all. This is worse.
Nothing safe. It's nothing safe.
Kivius is going to take the dragon and start beating the walls of this iron box with it.
Okay. You make a lot of noise. The inside the this box is 20 feet by 20 feet. The only thing that you can kind of see inside of it, aside from that, because I guess the light from the ice cube is kind of like lighting up the entire place. You can see that right behind where that cube is in this box, there is a single keyhole in the middle of the wall.
Can you pick locks, Penrose?
Yes.
Reach up, grab, place down near lock hole.
Just hops over, pulls out like don't tell anyone back at HQ about this, okay? It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Everyone's allowed to have hobbies. And pulls out these tools.
I mean, I used to be a pilot. Everyone has their own things going on.
And is gonna investigate this keyhole.
Okay. So give me an investigation roll.
Okey-dokey. That's a 25.
Okay, with the 25, you're able to kind of see, sort of looking at this keyhole, like it's you can almost see inside of it, just from like if you're sort of peering down, you can see the light from the cube going in it, and this lock isn't really like anything you've ever seen. It's kind of got like you know the movie Inception, where you have that kind of like all of the cities kind of coming up and going down and coming up and going down. Like it's kind of got that as like a mechanism inside the lock that is just constantly reconfiguring it. It definitely looks magical in nature, and you can try to pick it, but it might not be too easy.
It's a magic lock. It's definitely magic. I think we need that key in the ice. You got like some fiery stuff, right?
Why would you assume I have fiery stuff?
I don't know. Fire's cool.
Why would you think that I have fiery stuff?
Because fire's cool.
I'm aware of this. Why would you think that I have fiery stuff?
Because you're cool.
Cavius uses Searing Smite in his gauntlets to try and go through the ice.
Okay, you use the Searing Smite on the ice, and it makes a little bit of a handprint in it, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. This is very, very solid ice, and it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time to get through.
Can I cast a spell on the cage that they're in? Like it says like 20 feet, right?
Yeah, you can cast a spell.
Can I use enlarge so it doubles and they can just walk out?
I feel like that would just make the prison bigger. I don't think it would actually like.
Oh, it would like there's no like openings. I'm thinking like tail bars, like
No, it's.
I was hoping just kind of like walk through it. Okay.
Yeah, this is a solid iron box.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of trapped them in. So at this point, I think I'm going to get it. You remember something. You remember there being a hypothetical puzzle that was sort of advanced in one of the papers you'd read called the Icebox. And you seem to recall the gist of this puzzle, which was kind of made more to slow people down and annoy them, rather than it was to like actually cause real or lasting harm. There's basically a trick where someone will often create a false image inside the ice cube somehow.
Okay.
To attempt to confuse or cause them to waste time.
So Kenneth kind of has a light bulb moment and kind of tugs on Traven excitedly. I just remembered something. But oh dear. I need to tell Kevius and Penrose about this, but I don't know how. Oh goodness. Let me think. Now Gannett does have the message cantrip, but I'm not sure if a solid iron box is something that is too thick for her to relay this information.
I believe it would be. Just let me do a quick double check here, but I'm fairly certain that message
1
needs to
inch
have...
of common metal blocks it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Definitely more than an inch of iron.
Figured I'd run it by, but yeah. Okay. Not so much. So like Gannett's just kind of bouncing in place and muttering to herself and trying to figure out exactly what to do with this information.
I have a question. Can Unseen Servant talk? Has a smell at all?
No.
Oh no. Oh, I had them. I was like, I'm gonna send it through. Okay.
We're both like going
I'm
through
like looking through
spell lists.
spells. Yeah.
What to do?
Can I use? Well, I can't see them. Can we see them at all?
You can't see them, but I mean, like, you should be able like, if you like, it's just a box, right? I don't think that like it completely isolates sound, or at least
So we can
nothing-
kind of hear them, and they can kind of hear us if we
yeah, you
maybe
can hear them
shout.
sort of that. Yeah, you can hear them from sort of that, like, the echoey thing, as if you were trapped in like a thing that's made of mostly empty but made of metal. So it's kind of got that echoey quality to it. That's probably what you're hearing from them right now. And you guys, if you can probably hear a little muffled version of Gannett having a light bulb moment.
Making random noises. Probably
hear-
switching into Orin at some point.
Yeah, you just definitely hear like Penrose with a little dagger just like chipping away at this ice block. Not doing very
Even
much.
the shield just God.
So I suppose in that case, yeah, Gannett probably comes to her senses a little bit here after kind of, going through the panic in her head as she's wont to do, and attempts to go up to the edge of the box and kind of bangs on the wall of the box saying, "Quiet for a second! Quiet! I have something to say!"
What?
And sort of relays the information that she recalls about this strange ice puzzle box to Penrose and Kevius as using her very best teacher voice, which she hasn't had to use since she was training underlings a few years ago in records, but it's still there.
So you're saying this key that's a key is not a key?
Exactly.
Oh.
I'm also going to point out that, like, when you're like, probably not from Penrose, but when Kevius is just giving it to the ice cube with the shield, like, you can tell that the ice cube is not firmly anchored in place at all. It's definitely like sort of shifting slightly. And if you were to put a concerted effort to it, you could probably move it off the pedestal.
I noticed that.
Yes, you do notice that.
Full shove.
Okay, full shove. What's your strength score?
16.
Yeah. I mean, I think you might actually need Penrose to give you a hand.
Use the help action.
Cool. Yeah, because it does weigh 500 pounds. I think 16, like, the most you can push or drag is like 480 or something. You're close to there. It's just like
Like, motivational speech. That's all I've got. And like tiny little paws.
yeah. Make an athletics check for the motivational speech.
I believe in you.
Literally, you're right. I have 20 point short of just being able to just move by myself.
I had to calculate this, guys. You do not want to calculate the mass of solid ice. It's a lot heavier than you think.
No.
This is magical ice.
Yeah, just gonna try and full shove it with Penrose's help.
Yep, cool. So with Penrose's help, you easily knock it off, and you can see that, like, that sort of silver thing that was on top of it was actually projecting the light the whole time. And when you move the ice cube out of it, it's a slightly dimmer because the light is just kind of shining down now onto the empty pedestal. But you see, there's no key inside the ice cube anymore.
It's trying to grab into the light.
Yeah, and as you reach in with your tiny Drubine fingers, you are definitely going to feel something that feels like a key.
I wanna try and pull it out.
Yep, you do that, and you can see the key itself has this kind of like shifting key configuration that you assume is tied to that magical lock.
She's just like vibrating with excitement, and runs over to the lock and tries to open it.
Okay, and you put the key in. It fits perfectly, and just like that, there's a heavy sort of ka-chunk, and then the walls just kind of sink back down with kind of this mechanical like ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk noise. And you guys are able to walk out.
We got trapped in a real puzzle. Oh my goodness. This is the best day ever.
Kavia is just slowly, silently looking over at Penrose, judging.
Janet runs up to Penrose and just like picks her up and like she's just happy to see her, happy to see that she didn't die in there. Just very, very, very relieved that her strange, excitable little friend is still okay.
Traven just
so
looks
smart.
and is like, "That's the first time I heard that phrase." Oh, hopefully there's no more.
Kavia checks the compass.
So the compass is once again pointing forward. The needle is roughly like past that trap area. You can see that there's like a little pull that's kind of like pushing the needle back towards that trap, but or I guess the puzzle. The stronger force seems to be pulling it directly ahead.
Kavia follows along, moving around the box.
Wide berth.
Yep, that's a smart move. And you guys continue on for another little bit. I'm gonna say it's probably about another hour before you come to something that seems a little notable, and that would basically be you start seeing that there are more and more trees. The terrain itself is becoming a little bit hillier, and you're seeing that there's trees that are showing up closer and closer together until you feel like you're kind of being pushed in by them. There's a pathway forward that you can see that's about 10 feet wide between these trees, and that seems to be like a just an unusual arrangement.
Gannett points down the path and says, "That's bait."
Rose is like, oh. about to jump off Kivius, but then it's like, oh, okay.
Can we do a perception check over here? Just be like, let me see if there's anything up ahead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think investigation would be kind of more appropriate. But yeah, you can do investigation check.
All right, Travis says, let's just look a little bit more into this. $13.
They appear to be perfectly normal trees. Like it's
I guess I'll roll perception just in case. All right. How do we feel about a solid 7?
solid 7. Yep, definitely trees. Nothing to see here.
An alley of trees.
I don't trust it. Kavies is gonna throw the toy dragon just down the alleyway of trees.
Give me an athletics check for how far you throw it.
Oh, can do. 21.
Yeah, you basically kind of throw it like just. I'm gonna say that it kind of like glides right through the middle and lands like somewhere in the distance up ahead with like a thud. You can see it. It's probably about 100 feet ahead of you, and nothing happens.
All right. So if we stay in the air for the next 100 feet, we're fine. Who can?
That sound logic. Travis like, yeah, I agree completely.
Right. Seeing as there's no real way to do that, and I'm not really seeing anything, this is going to suck.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the trees are not impassable on either side. You can try to move through them, but it is going to slow you down considerably.
I am in heavy armor.
Oh, yes. There's that.
Kiwi is going to take out his longsword and start walking down the middle of these trees.
Okay.
Traven's gonna follow right behind them, just like after the path.
Yeah. I'm on Kivis's shoulders.
Yeah, it's just hiding behind Traven, which seems to be her normal state of affairs when we're traveling.
Cool. So you end up going down the passageway of trees, and it seems like there's pretty much nothing remarkable that's going to happen until you start hearing another sort of click, click, click. The trees kind of seem a little bit closer than they used to be. And suddenly, you will see the trees on either side of you, the ones that are kind of like lined up in the interior-most part of this passageway, something will activate in them, and they will basically start spinning around as though they were sort of the mechanisms of a like a car wash. Would be like sort of the closest visual I can give you. As their needles kind of like whip out into these entangling wires, and they start slowly kind of like closing in on you. Can I get you guys to roll for initiative?
Nat 20 plus 1.
Get it.
I know that wasn't the right order, but I was just very excited.
No, you're definitely going first, I think. Kevius, what you got?
Nat 20 plus 0.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sour at all.
Penrose, what you got?
It's a big old 6.
Sweet. And Travid.
We are a solid 4.
Cool. So for this, would Penrose still be on Kevius's back for this?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Kevius, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, so there are these whirring, spinning trees with like pine needle trees with like their needles have extended out into these entangling wires, and they're coming in on either side. Gannett, what do you do?
Well, and I think judging by the sounds of these things, we're kind of under the assumption that these are mechanical in nature.
They are. Yeah, it's a safe bet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good golly. As usual, again, it's panicking. But
Gannett panic.
Gannett cast panic.
It's called existing.
Self.
On self.
Yeah.
Severe disadvantage. No. So the pine kind of, they're kind of coming out. I'm just reminding myself the situation. The pine needles are kind of coming out like kind of tendrils at us. Is that?
Yeah. Imagine if you took
Yeah.
like a tree and it just set it spinning, but then like the branches and the needles of it were like these sort of whipping wires.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Gannett's feeling a little more confident in her abilities and wants to have another go at the Scorching Ray spell and kind of directing towards these kind of spinning branches that are coming at them, because she just kind of feels like that's the best plan of attack at this point.
Yeah.
Save us from the imminent branches coming at us. And I think by your description, this is more safely arranged attack than the previous panic-induced Scorching Ray cast.
Yeah, definitely. If there's no creatures within 5 feet of you that would want to stop you from doing a ranged attack, then yeah, you're 100% right.
Excellent. So I feel like Gannett's figuring this out a little bit more. So yeah, Scorching Ray. And again would be 3 different rays of fire. So
Okay, so this is a little bit of a more unique situation.
mhm.
Tell me how you're going to be using your Scorching Rays to kind of deal with these wires.
I think I would direct 2 of the rays. Well, I'm just trying to picture this in my head. So the 2 trees that are closest to us on either side, spinning
Mhm.
towards us, would be each get
Because there's like basically a row, like it's a corridor of them
all the
doing
way down, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you could I would actually like allow you, if you wanted to like use your ray to kind of like across like one side and
Like
across
down
other
the
side.
sides. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
to try to
I'm-
like
Let's go with that.
Okay.
An
So,
excellent suggestion.
so maybe those attack rolls.
So
And these are just regular, so just 3 times on the die.
and this is to hit, right?
Yeah.
So 16,
16, yep. What's the
18.
next one?
18,
Yep.
and 10. 16,
Okay.
18, 10.
So only 2 of those hit, but that's still gonna give you like a I'm gonna say it probably gives you about 60 feet on either side. Like what's
Cool.
what's the range on your?
It is, stand by, 120 feet.
Yeah, so you're not able to get like the full range because like the flames will be weaker further out, but like you get a solid 60 feet on either side,
Excellent.
where you've basically just kind of like gummed these wires up, so they'll just kind of like rub against you and they won't really do anything. But yeah, you've basically neutralized the next 60 feet of this trap.
Okay. Well, far more productive than my last Scorching Ray spell, I must say.
Yes. I'm going to say that this appears to go on for about I'd say like about 90 feet. So you've got like another 30 feet to go from that, but you got most of it.
Again,
All
it
right.
takes a moment to just kind of puff out her feathers, and the neck ruff just kind of puffs out, feeling a little proud of herself.
Oh, is she also going to move? Because you can move.
I feel like the move action would take place afterwards. Maybe moving forward, feeling a little safer moving forward now that the imminent danger has been neutralized. So
Are you going to go just to like the edge of where you've like cauterized the wires?
yeah, I'd say she's feeling overconfident at this point and would move up to where the safe zone ends and kind of look back and see what's happening next.
Cool. Okay, Kevius, it's your turn.
Traven, how much do you weigh, and can I please pick you up?
Probably will say like 180, and yes, you can indeed.
Oh, 180? Oh, then we're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. DM, this is gonna sound weird, but can I treat Traven as an object?
Where are
Free
you going with
interaction-
this, Kevius?
Free interaction.
Let's
to pick
do
up.
it.
Free interaction. To pick up.
yeah, you can. I presume I know what's happening, and I think that's. Go ahead.
It's called being the family bus. It's dad time. Kevius is just running, holding on to Penrose on the back, Traven in like a fireman carry, just hauling, taking the dash action as well. Just move down this hallway, going this sucks.
Okay, cool. So as you're getting to like the end of it, you're starting to see like or I guess past the point that's been made safe. The wires are starting to extend. Give me an athletics check as they're trying to like sort of grab around you.
That is going to be a wonderful unnatural 20.
Oh, hey. So like these things are trying to entangle you, but you're just like, "Rah, freight train." Yeah, and you snap all of them and make it out the other side a little bit like sore, but otherwise no worse for wear.
Again, it's dad time. I didn't think that this sweater would have longevity like this, but here we are.
Yeah. So the only person who's still left in there is Gannett, because everybody else made it out through there. Gannett, you'll notice that the trees in front of you now are slightly closer together. It's going to be really hard to get through that if you're just sort of standing and running.
But I suspect I can now take another action.
Yes.
So
it's your turn.
I would make an attempt at casting Misty Step to try to get as quickly as possible out of there.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely still see like through this whip of wires, like the edge of where it ends, where Kevius and the rest have been delivered to safety.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you Misty Step right through it, and you're out.
And feeling she's probably feeling a little less confident than she was a moment ago. Feeling a little more rattled. The neck feathers are puffed out.
Janet, I have a question.
Yes, what is it?
You have feathers?
Whew.
You have
News.
wings?
Yes.
Why did you not just fly up?
Well, they're not that good.
I
They
don't
might
know.
save me from a dangerous fall, but I mean,
I don't know these things. I wonder.
Get it kind of rolls back a sleeve to indicate that like any corvum, she kind of has, longer wing feathers along her forearm, but they're not actual wings. They're just kind of gliding feathers that allow her to safely glide if she falls a little too fast. and the
Okay.
like, but can't actually flap her wings to get any sort of
See, these things I don't
off
know.
the ground. So
'Cause
just kind of
if-
indicates that to Kevius and kind of shows the anatomy of the corvum.
Okay, I understand now. Because I was thinking, this bird woman did not fly. She chose fire instead. What? Why?
I told you at the beginning, I'm not good at this. I'm doing my best.
I didn't. You brought up the stick instead of saying you do magic. I didn't know if you just didn't mention you could fly. Hey, we're going
Alas,
forward.
I cannot.
We're
I
going
cannot.
forward. Good hustle, team.
Thank you.
Penrose, you're going to notice, sort of like as they're talking, you're going to notice on the ground that sort of odd whirring noise once again, and you see something moving in the snow.
I definitely hop down and take a look.
Of
Brush
course.
the snow off.
Yeah, there's not too much snow that's covering it, but it is another one of those toy soldiers.
Look! Just like lifts it up and then points it away from anyone's face.
Just as the gun goes off.
I think we're going the right way because there's another of these.
Gannett sort of like sidles up to Penrose and presses the button and sort of sighs out of relief.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like the murder alley of trees was a good indicator, but good to find too. Yes,
Well, at least-
people are heavy. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead, Traven.
I was gonna say, well, at least we deactivated it, and yes, thank you, Kevius, for carrying me, because that was quite a long way.
no, I know. It's why I go jogging every morning.
I will start.
Kevius, you notice that the magometer is going like pop, 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 and the needle is kind of swirling about a little bit as you sort of hear some rustling in the nearby bushes. I told you to turn back. I'm afraid I can't let you go any further. As in front of you appears a slender figure wearing the top hat and cape. that you
Even
saw
it's your
them in.
friend. It's your friend.
I still like his hat. It's so stylish. Hey, Kingo, how you doing, buddy? We need to go further, please.
What are your intentions with Master Gollyfink?
Just have to talk to him. It's literally just our job.
Yep.
What they said.
I am confused. You made a sound argument, and you can tell that that he's kind of directly looking at Kevius. You made a rather sound argument about the dangers posed by Master Gollyfink's creations. But I have been ordered to ensure that he is not disturbed. I do not know if I can betray an order from Master Gollyfink.
We're not going to be disturbing him. We're just having a quick little chat about safety. It's all. I mean, consider this. There might be other adventurers who might go and try and stop him entirely. Yes? We're not here to stop him entirely. We're here to tell him maybe tone it back a little bit for safety reasons. That's it.
Every toy has a safety protocol on it. We're just reviewing it.
Make me a persuasion check. I love that
Oh,
smile. That's a great smile.
Yeah. That's a 25.
Yeah, 1 second here. Ooh. Okay. So that's the way the dice want to play it. So basically what follows is a response that's just, I'm afraid that even discussion about safety would be a disturbance. This contradicts my order. I cannot let you pass. If you continue, I will have to stop you.
It's either us or someone who's going to try and kill him. Which one is the bigger disruptor?
Ooh.
We just want to talk. Someone's going to try to murder. We're trying to prevent someone trying to murder. One of them's bigger disruptor. Yes.
So you're basically going to see like Kringle's face kind of lift up from behind the cape as you say that, and you can see that their features are very like their features are wooden in the sense that they literally look to be carved of wood. His mouth has like a kind of familiar shape in that it looks like something you'd see on a nutcracker. And he's not really talking with his mouth as much as he's just kind of opening it and then the voice is coming out. So you mean there are those who would do Master Gollythank harm?
If they think he's harmful. If they think he's harmful, they'll come here thinking they're doing the big heroic thing. We are here to talk to him to make sure that no one thinks that he's some kind of evildoer, okay?
I understand. I believe that this is acceptable. I will escort you to Master Gollythank.
You're amazing.
Yeah, and at this point, he will say, my disguise is no longer necessary. And just kind of like take off his coat and take off his hat. And under the coat, you will see what looks to be the body of like a life-sized human nutcracker, complete with like the big lever on the back that sort of moves whenever his mouth opens. And underneath of that ridiculous top hat is a sort of solid wood, or I guess carved piece that has sort of that hat shape you'd normally see on the nutcrackers, the nutcracker soldiers. He also appears to be equipped with a life-size musket, as well as a saber on his hip.
I like your hats, both of them.
Thank you. I'm quite fond of these hats as well. Now, if you will follow me, and you can see again, Kevius, the magometer is like very, very torn, sort of between where it's pointing you and Kringle, although Kringle is very close to you at this point, so you imagine that might have something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go pick up the toy dragon.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
I don't know if you managed to throw it completely clear, because part of that was real trees, but I'll say you did. So you pick up the dragon, and yeah, you're able to carry that along with you.
I put Traven down.
Thank you. I was liking it up here.
Thanks, right?
I just hear the whole time, just like, yeah.
It's a good ride.
Superman.
When you realize that the whole diplomacy exchange happened while you were holding another grown man in your arms.
Just over here leaning forward like
like it's an extra level of fun. Right. So Kringle will lead you forward towards what looks to be a large a large metal box, essentially, 80 feet by 80 feet on either side, and it appears to have the general structure of like your characters wouldn't have any reference for it, but it looks almost like a shipping container in the sense of like how it's designed. It's very minimal. There is a single magical light that is illuminating the door, as well as a keypad next to the door, and a series of large numbers scrawled in red above the keypad. These large numbers scrawled in red across the wall. This has been set up in a clearing where there appear to be like several sparsely decorated trees sort of around, covered from the middle boughs down with crystal ornaments. And Kringle will escort you there to the sounds of somebody saying, "What, Kringle? Why are you here? Who's with you? Why did you lead them here? I'm sorry, Master Gollythank, but they made a sound argument. It appears that people are coming after you, and they may be here to help. What? Is what he's saying true? Who are you people? How did you find me? Did the sage send you?
Hi, my name is Keithius, member 385 of the Bureau. I am here to talk about safety regulations and registration.
So just to give you a clue, or I guess like an accurate description here, because I think I left this out. You don't see Gollythank, but you do have kind of like this mental voice pinging you all in your head. And when you say that, you are definitely sure that he's receiving what you were saying. Did you say you were from the Big Bad Bureau?
I just said Bureau.
Yeah, from the Bureau.
And it says, and the Department of Festive Foes.
Okay. So you're with the Bureau? Oh, I know all about you. Nice try, but I'm not the bad guy here, and you can't catalog me.
You hurt a kid.
What? I didn't do any such thing.
One of your toys hurt a kid.
What proof do you have?
It was breathing fire.
That's what it's designed to do. It's fun. Kids like fire. You
understand that fire hurts children, right? Most children are not immune to fire.
It has safety protocols. It would never attack anyone.
If it sets a room on fire and a kid is inside?
Yeah, well, the safety protocols will stop it from doing that. They should. Did you find a defect?
Yes, but we need to talk more about the fact that you have active flamethrowers that walk around.
I don't know. This seems fishy.
I mean, if we were here for violence, we would have fought Kringle outside, but we spoke twice and no one came to blows.
This is true. They do seem to be incredibly peaceful. All right. I trust you, Kringle. Okay. Come on in. 1 second, let me unlock the door. And you'll hear kind of like a mental ping of like a boo. As the door itself sort of, you hear like a click on it. Well, come on in while you can.
Kevius walks in and holds the door open for everybody else.
What? Traven just goes ahead and walks through.
Yeah, we quickly walk through.
Just like, all right.
Yeah. So when you get inside, you are greeted by a small gnome who's sort of at his work table. Behind him, like I guess all around him in this 80-foot by 80-foot workshop, you'll see sort of examples of toys. There are toys lined up from wall to wall. There are toys sort of on the ceiling. There's a bunch of like hanging down from the ceiling. There's like a bunch of crazy gadgets kind of haphazardly displayed all over. There's toys in states of disrepair. And there are these peculiar little pyramidal robots that are just kind of like, you know, all around. These magical constructs, I should say. And Gollythank is there, sort of warily eyeing you. You can see that that he's got his crossbow out. He's not like aiming it at you, but he's definitely holding it like, you know, he might intend to use it. All right, so you're in here. What do you want to? What is your speech about what you say my toys are doing?
Okay, so Kevius brings up the small little dragon. So this was actively attacking a family.
What? It would never do that. It's got foolproof safety protocols. That.
How did you make this? What were your commands for this thing?
Well, I wanted it to be as real as possible. Verisimilitude is a lost art in toy making.
Yeah, sure. Did you have it as like a dragon?
yes.
Are
And
all dragons friendly?
no, but it's specifically designed to pull its punches, play fight. Not well, it shouldn't be shooting fire all over. I mean, it should shoot fire sometimes, but wait, did it burn a house down? Is that what you're saying? Did it?
I'm saying it was actively attacking a family. Like, you can say it pulls punches, yeah, sure, but dragons are very powerful things. And it's like saying that, like, 7 is less than 10, Like, it's still a number. It's still a high number, right?
Show me the toy.
Kevius brings the toy over to Gollythink.
Look what you've done to it. Like, I don't know how I'm ever going to get this fixed, but
Kevius points to the scorch marks on Gannett.
Gannett also turns around and shows that part of her tail feathers are scorched off entirely.
Really?
This happened. This happened.
That doesn't seem possible.
Not to mention the bite mark that Kevius so kindly healed.
Consider that you have very powerful magic, and even if you pull back a little bit, it might be overwhelming for most people. Yes?
Well, I suppose you do have a point there. Let me just take a look. And he'll kind of like open the toy up and kind of like take a look inside of it and just... no, this appears to be in order, but no, there's definitely something strange with this logic circuit. I'm not saying I believe you, but I mean, this could all be a trap.
Sure.
If I were to believe you, then, well, I guess this would be consistent with some of my findings here. Well, okay. So what does the Bureau want with me?
So personally, maybe pull back a little bit more, just because, again, powerful magic can still do a lot of harm to the common folk. And just want to be able to check in every now and then, make sure you're doing okay, make sure that you're not wreaking too much havoc. We're not in for it for the structure, just for keeping tabs in case someone tries to end the world.
And we brought you a present for the solstice.
Ah, yes, the gift. The gift.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Show him, Penrose.
Pulls out the magiosphere.
Oh, well, what the heck is that?
Here you go. Tries to pass it over to him.
So I think I'll take it, and immediately after touching it, it's like, wow, what? It starts like sort of, there's a bit of glowing light as it just sort of sinks into his hand and is gone. What?
Yay!
What was that?
Okay,
Penrose, shush.
Gannett, Penrose.
What did you just do to me?
Penrose,
I cast a
stop? Traven, you were saying?
I was saying, can I use prestidigitation and just say happy holidays? Like, just make the words pop up? So like, that's what it did.
You absolutely... Okay, so sorry. Let me see if I understand this. Are you trying to bluff
Yes.
that what actually happened was just a part of your prestidigitation?
Yes. It's like, it just pops up, happy holidays from the Bureau.
Can you roll me a deception check at disadvantage?
All right, hold control for that. Let's see.
Can I try to help to make that just a straight roll?
I don't think that there's any way he's not freaked out and a little, because he was already kind of like a little untrustworthy of you guys, but
At disadvantage, what happens on this one? Because I rolled a 20.
If you roll the 20 and you have something lower on your second die,
That's a
then,
second. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, ooh. So that became a 4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so I think at this point, Gollythig is going to just be, what did you do to me? What did you do to me?
Would we have had time in between now and back to the town to have the equivalent of a short rest, or no?
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest.
Whew, I'm gonna use Emissary of Peace.
Yeah, sure.
He says that is just for tracking, doesn't do any harm, doesn't mess with your magic. Again, we're just here to keep tabs, not to try and stop what you're doing. Honest, truthful, no harm meant, no harm done. That is a 31 persuasion.
Okay. Did you roll with disadvantage?
I can roll with disadvantage. Let me just roll one more time.
I mean,
that is with disadvantage. That is a 24.
Yikes. Okay. Man.
This is the himbo. It's dab time now.
1 second here. I just gotta check something. 24. Yeah, 24 will still. You tricked me. You tricked me, and okay, just go. All of you go. I don't.
Okay, everybody, let's go. Our host is being very gracious. Let us go. We can leave now.
Gladly.
Thanks for understanding.
I think Kringle is going to kind of Kivia specifically look at you as you're leaving and say, no harm will come to him, correct?
As everybody else leaves, Kivia goes, no, it's literally just so we can keep an eye on him, make sure he's doing okay, and like if there's some kind of world-ending thing, give him a little heads up about it. That's it. I promise, okay?
Don't listen to them, Kringle. You can't trust people from the Bureau.
I'm really sorry for any kind of trouble you get for this. Truly, I am.
Just get out of my sight. I don't even want to. Shouldn't have let you inside.
Before we leave, Penrose just says quite loudly, but what about the kill switch? I thought we were meant to find the kill switch.
What?
Oh, oops.
And Rose, what did I tell you about speaking out of turn?
Oh,
you come in here, trick me, and now you're no. I don't care about the this sage will stop at nothing to make sure that I don't see any greatness from these toys.
What sage?
The Scarlet Sage, the one I worked for, the one I made.
That means nothing to me.
Yes, well, you don't know what it's like being the master toy maker.
Well, the master toy maker needs to do better, safer toys. Do better.
Well, Kevius is pissed off now. Kevius is running back in.
You want safer toys? I'll show you safer toys. As he hits a button on his wrist, that basically causes a giant mech to materialize behind him, a construct that you guys will now have to be on initiative for because he is trying to get into it.
I think that was the kill switch.
Oh, Penrose. We were so close to surviving, Penrose.
That was definitely not the kill switch. Can I have your initiative rolls, please?
That is an 18.
Okay.
5 for me.
Okay.
6.
Also, I have a 6.
Okay. Gannett, it's your move. This small gnome is jonesing to get into this giant mech suit. What are you going to do about that?
So he's working on getting into the mech suit currently.
He's just kind of called it, but you can tell that there's like a twitching of muscles. There's like a really strong desire looking up at that cockpit to go inside. What are you gonna do?
I have a question. How far is it from us?
That was yeah.
It's pretty close. Like
Okay.
he was probably only keeping like maybe about 40 feet between you guys.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking a detail here real quick. I'd like to try and throw him off, distract him, keep him from just going straight to climbing into the mech, and just smack him with a few magic missile.
Oh, okay. Sure. Go ahead. Roll your damage.
So it's 3 darts. So we have 2, 2, and 3.
Okay. So, all right. I think one thing is going to happen here, and that's going to be Kringle is going to rush in and try to intercept those missiles, but doesn't quite make it in time. And Gollythake is kind of pelted by them. And you can tell that those really hurt. Gollythake is kind of knocked for a bit of a loop by them. And Kringle holding Gollythake is going to sort of turn his head like almost 180 degrees around, or 360 degrees around to face you, and just with a tone or like there's not really an expression on the face. There's not really like any tone inflection to the voice, but he says, "You promised that you would not bring harm to Gollythake."
Well, once again, my panic has proven to be not beneficial to our cause. Oh dear.
You're getting right up.
Oh no. But that's a soul stack of forms.
And I'm going to make you write it all out.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, that's fine.
You love forms.
I love forms.
I think Kringle is going to basically like look and see how much damage that's done to Gollythake, and then kind of like twist his head back around to look at you guys. Kringle is going to look at Gollythake and say, "Master Gollythake, please do not. This will only bring you further harm." And Gollythake's a little bit like Gollythake is very high strung, but when he sees sort of like his creation expressing that level of concern, I think he's going to soften a little bit and okay, tempers did flare there, but
Again, it's all flustered. Please understand, I panicked. I'm sorry, I panicked. She's like on the verge of tears because she realized she hates the idea of being written up.
Is this what I've been reduced to? Bringing people to tears on Solstice Day, when a day that's supposed to be filled with happiness that I wanted to bring with my toys. Maybe I am the bad guy here.
Should just lean into that. I mean, it's kind of working for you. I mean,
Penrose.
look at all these little.
Penrose.
It's really cool in here. Like
Penrose.
I think you should
Senior
just like
officer.
be bad.
Penrose.
Like, oh, sorry.
Gannett just kind of picks up Penrose and puts her feathers over her face for a moment.
So, as you were saying, go ahead, Jolly. Thanks.
I really made a big mess of things here, haven't I?
We all make mistakes.
It seems like we're on talking grounds again.
I mean, I made mistakes too. It's all right.
Well, I mean, you did hit me with magic missiles, but
I can heal that right up. We don't have to go into a big thing. Okay?
Kevius is good at that. I can vouch.
And I think Kringle will say this is the most logical course of action. You know what? He's right. He's right. Okay, heal me up. What's your name?
Kevius. Pleasure to meet you.
Kevius.
I go to shake his hand.
We're not that close.
Business associates. Shake my hand, please.
Oh yeah, the healing.
The healing,
Fine.
yes.
He begrudgingly shakes your hand.
I heal him back to full.
Thank you. Well, you said you wanted the kill switch.
We were told to just find out what it was. I just wanted to say hello, introduce myself. Listen, you're Kringle, disobeying direct orders to just make this a little bit more peaceful. Senior officer here, I had no interest in finding kill switch. I figured I'll have to write a little report thing. I'll get into a little bit of trouble, but you'll be more of peace of mind. Yes.
Actually, yes. I mean, I know that my toys might cause some harm. They're not perfect, but
If you're talking about children, there's not a whole lot of room for error.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
How about age requirements on your toys and ratings?
Why didn't I
An
think of that?
excellent idea. We have paperwork for that. We can assist you with that.
And Rose just like
Teamwork.
sticks her head up out of Gannett's arms, like, have you considered pivoting into war mechs?
You are still in a. You are still in timeout.
Gannet just kind of like puts her hand on top of Penrose's head and pushes it back down.
I said what Penrose meant is war mechs for role playing, not actual live ones.
I mean, I have.
Shows.
I dabble. You've seen this baby. Like it'll sort of like slap the side of his like mech, and it's like, this is Gen 5 right here. This is a whole new ball game.
And you can put it in a show. Absolutely, yes.
Put it in a show. What?
Yeah.
Actually, here's a question. Do you think the Bureau would have any use for something like this?
Yes, actually.
I do want one.
Huh.
Yes, I think I could fit in there.
Well, okay. You know, I hate having to turn off all my spell the magic on all my toys, but hey, if they're hurting people, maybe part of me agreeing to make this mission go successfully would be you put in a good word for me over there, and maybe, who knows, we'll work something out.
That sounds like a plan. I like that idea. All
Seems
parties
like an
happy.
excellent arrangement. I agree.
I
Yes.
can be okay with this.
I mean, I did kind of blow up my old workplace, so
It happens.
yeah, they're probably not hiring me back.
Probably not, no.
We could get something going.
But you can always move forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, I suppose I can at that. And at this point, I think Kringle is actually going to have been sort of picking up on the situation and have brought the kill switch to Golly Think, who will say, well, here goes a failed experiment, I guess. And he'll flick it, and just like that, you feel sort of like a pulse kind of come out of there. The magometer kind of goes like a little bit with the needle, but then it's back to normal. That should do it. All the toys have been deactivated.
You're a
Thank
good
you.
man, Golly think.
Well, I don't think I'm that good, but at least you've shown me that I don't have to be that bad either. And
Might
when
be
he
a
says,
little bit of a bad guy, but you don't have to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's a good
Exactly.
point. That's a very good point. All right, now go on, get out of here. I gotta get back to work. These things aren't gonna build themselves.
We'll be in touch.
Indeed. And before
Yeah.
Traven leaves, Traven uses prestidigitation again and says, Happy holidays with that same, with that same text and walks off.
Gannet Gannon adds a light cantrip to it just for added effect, just a little extra glow.
And as you leave, like you see, like, you know, he's still kind of like a little cold and curmudgeonly, but there's a slight smile sort of upturning the whiskers of his mustache, and you guys make your way back uneventfully to the hamlet of Frostover, where you are able to teleport back to debrief with Wonder. And as you return to your big bad bureau, you feel like there's a little bit of solstice magic in the air. On the way back to that teleport pad, you hear a ha 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 ringing out through the night, and above you, there, clear in the sky, the Scarlet Sage of the Solstice is flying overhead with his sleigh pulled by 8 hippogriffs.
Well, that's a magical end to this adventure. Now I need to go fill out the C97 case file post-adventure forms. Penrose, will you help me?
Of course.
Excellent.
It'll be so much more fun than filling them out when we didn't go on the adventure.
Exactly.
David just looks up there and say, I want one of those.
I celebrate Infernal Solstice. I feel the need to go hunting after him.
Let's make that happen.
Actually, Traven, not just Traven, all of you, you're going to see like Mary, like these things, these objects, kind of like falling from the sky very, very gently, and they're these boxes, and one of them will land in front of each of you.
Immediately open it.
I open it with my sword.
Okay.
And it kind of holds hers out and just
like,
kind of.
okay.
So inside yours, Kivius is a another sweater that says "Dad Time," but this one is even louder and more garish.
I put it on top of the first one.
Oh, Penrose, inside yours is a shiny new rapier.
Now I have 2. She's just very excited.
Stand back, everyone.
Stop.
Kevin, inside yours is it looks like a gun, but
Wow.
it's not actually a gun. It's actually kind of a decanter shaped like a gun, but it comes attached with a tag that says maybe next year.
Trevor just looks at it and said, you know what? This might be a sign. I love it.
And Gannett, you get a bright new spell book that is already filled with all of the spells you already know.
Oh, fantastic. This will be great to study up on, because I definitely want to go on another adventure and actually know what I'm doing next time. This is excellent.
And you think you can maybe hear as the Scarlet Sage of Solstice goes out of sight, "Happy solstice to all, and to all a good night."
Magic.
Yay!
Mhm.
Adventure.
So wow, I wonder what our next or what shenanigans the agents of the Big Bad Bureau will get up to in their next case. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a lot of fun doing this. If we could just like give a big thanks to our cast of wonderful people, Paladin, Verity, Dave, and Ali, for being absolutely great players. I am, again, my name's Chris. I'm a writer and content creator at Hit Point Press. And don't forget to like and subscribe below. You could also tune in to the Big Bad broadcast on January 25th for the next episode of the regular series that's going to be up. Yeah, if you sign up for subscriptions, then you'll be able to be notified when this comes up next. So yeah, happy holidays. And I'll let everybody else give you their best wishes as well.
So thank you all for watching. I have been Verity, another of the writer/content creators at Hit Point Press. If you too want to play a mildly stabby mouse person, aka Javine, highly recommend Humblewood. Pick that up. It's a lot of fun to be a tiny mouse. And yeah, you can find me online at Verity with a pen, but I almost never tweet anything. So enjoy.
All right, for me, yet again, my name is Data Dave. I stream at twitch.tv/Data Dave. You can find a lot of my content there. I game a lot, Final Fantasy 14, and I make TikToks in my free time too. So you can find me there. Thank you for the time, everybody.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. And once again, I'm Allie. I'm the marketing person at Hit Point Press and also a member of the Twitch team. And if you want to follow what I'm kind of doing on the regular in both my personal life and my work life, you can follow me on Twitter as Allie Mackey, where I post art, photos of my million other hobby projects, and also post a lot about Hit Point Press. So you can follow me there.
Hi, my name is Paladin, otherwise known as HD Paladin. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as HD Paladin. Please don't find me on Facebook. That's weird. I make TTRPG books. Got a bunch of stuff coming on the way because I don't like having free time, I suppose. And please stay safe this holiday season.
Yeah, and from all of us at the Hit Point Press team, happy holidays, and we'll see you all again in the new year. Bye.
Yay.